I'm not sure which episode this will end up being, but I do know it'll still be awkward. Alright guys, the weather's real nice today, so figure why not hop in one of these junkers and hit the road, do some exploring. I have a place in mind. It is an old brickyard that I've been to before, but it's always nice to revisit them places, and I'll give you guys a look around it. For now, I'll show you some of the stuff outside. You've already seen the inside of the shop, so I'll give you a walk around, show you some of the stuff here, some of the vehicles, and we'll hit the road. So I always get questions about these garage doors. We did these over the summer. My buddy Alex did them. Did an amazing job on them. But he didn't stop at just the garage doors. He did the trash can. He did not do that. I did that. He did the rat fink on the man door. I'll show you the inside because I think he was bummed out I didn't show anybody this on the shop tour. But yeah, little wiener there from the inside. Kind of a big wiener. Alright, we got 63 Chevy. I bought this a couple of months ago. Bought it for my dad for his birthday. It needs a lot of floorboard work. We're going to touch the body up here and there, blend the patina back in. It's kind of in the middle of being bagged. All the parts to bag it are hanging out in the back seat. It is a straight 6, 3 on the tree. We may LS swap it, may put a small block in it, but the body is going to stay as is, other than touching up the small little rust here and there. We got a 71 Datsun. Probably one of my favorite trucks. It breaks down pretty much every time I drive it, but I love it. And I actually found this thing probably like 5 miles up the road from my house. It was a lucky day. I've cleaned it up a lot since I've got it running, replaced a bunch of stuff. It came from Georgia and still has all the original paperwork with it, warranty cards. Got another 63, this one is mine. It is on hydraulics. It's got a Pro Hoppers 2-pump setup. I bought this thing out of a farmer's field in Toledo, Ohio, in the middle of winter. And I pretty much replaced everything from that chrome molding down on the car. It was all rotted out. Replaced the floor pan. Kind of blended the paint, patina, all back in as best we could. Got a 88 S10. I found this thing abandoned in a storage unit and I was able to buy it at auction. I bagged it, put the wheels on it, put the camper top, all the purple body panels on it, but it is definitely pretty old school. It's got the removable hardtop convertible body kit. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this once I get it back in the shop and start working on it. Got another 88 S10. This one is a 2.5 auto. which makes it insanely slow. But it's kind of cool because it belonged to a utilities department at a town kind of where I grew up, a little south from where I grew up. But it's got some pretty cool stickers on it, being that it was a township truck. Got a 79 Dodge D50. This one is from New Mexico. It is pretty insanely solid. It's got a fuel injected 2-liter from a newer D50, 94 I believe. Just giving you a quick look at everything. I'll go more in depth in future videos when I'm working on whichever one is in the shop. Got a Suzuki Samurai, lifted, lockers, tires, a winch, 8 horsepower. So, yep. And another S10, what used to be an S10. It is now my fish pond. Brings it to what we are taking today. It's a 91 S10 short bed, 2.8 5-speed. It's bagged front and rear. Still has a factory bed floor, factory inner fender wells, factory heat, AC. Just a basic stock interior. Still pretty clean. Yeah, just a bone stock 2.8. Like I said, it still has the inner fender wells. I drive this thing rain, snow, all year round. So yeah, that's it. Let's hit the road. Alright guys, we're here at this old brickyard. No problems getting in, didn't expect any. And let's make our way inside and show you around. So one thing I really like about this place is it is all wood construction. I don't know if you can really tell in the video, but some of these catwalks, they're 40, 50 feet up. And like I said, they're all wood, still holding together good. All the old hoppers, mixed machines, a lot of that stuff's still in place here. So I don't know if you can really tell on video how massive some of this machinery is. So I'll try to climb up, get a little better view of this. You can really understand how big some of this stuff is. So I'm up top now. There's 3 of these just massive mixers in a row. Kind of give you an idea how big these things are. Not sure if you can really tell. This here is just one massive hopper. I would estimate 30, 40 foot tall. You can walk under it. I believe this is what's left of some of the kilns. Here's all these old wooden catwalks I was talking about. Some of them sketchier than others. But we're gonna make our way up and give you a look around. So this is some of the sketchiness of this place. You gotta watch out for. Catwalks have been cut out. You just gotta grab a 2x12 and throw it up in there and keep going. And those are the hoppers I was underneath of. That can kind of give you a feel for how big those things actually are. We're starting to get into all this old wood catwalk, and I love this stuff. Who knows, this is probably 120, 130 years old and still holding up. Don't make stuff like this anymore. Another look at these hoppers, trying to give you guys a feel for how big these things actually are. There's one of the mixers these would used to feed. And climb out here, give you a look at the other ones. So yeah, there's the one mixer. I'm assuming that used to be the second. There's 3 and 4. And those ring and pinions are just massive. That ring gear, I would guess it's 8 to 10 foot in diameter. So much good old lumber in this place. And check out this conveyor. Goes down that way, scoops up, brings it back up this way, and it goes way down there. I would think top to bottom, this thing is probably 60, 70 feet tall. So I thought this was kind of cool. This is the top of some sort of conveyor, maybe a tumbler of some sort. But I just liked this old leaf spring that it has. Who knows, that could have been bought directly from Ford. Maybe a Model A spring or something as old as this building is. Another thing I thought was kind of cool was this old bench with an ashtray and a cigarette butt still intact. You can kind of imagine just all the guys that came here, worked hard, make a living. This conveyor here was really kind of the main conveyor, I'm assuming, kind of fed the whole building. And this is now looking down onto those massive hoppers. You can sort of imagine this operation. These big conveyors feeding the hoppers, and they fed these mixers. Those mixers look pretty tiny from up here, but those are those giant mixers I was on top of earlier. And right next to those are the kilns, I'm assuming. So kind of give you an idea of how this place operated. So that's pretty much it for this half of the building. I'll make my way to the other half. It's kind of more of the same. A lot of old machines, conveyor systems, but we'll go check it out, and I'll film anything I think's interesting or cool along the way. So all these random pits in the ground, they're everywhere. You didn't know what those are? That's where the dead prostitutes go. So this is the other half of this building. A lot of different catwalks, stuff to check out. The only way to get up is you gotta get on that ladder. Be careful not to fall inside this hopper. So that's what we're going to do. So made it up, didn't die, and I'm going to check this place out. So try getting this past OSHA nowadays. When your catwalk is not tall enough to clear the giant foot-eating pulley, you just cut out a section and hope you never step on it. Another thing you could never do nowadays, got this opening in the rail here. Only thing keeping you from falling 80 foot down into this hopper. Got some tie wire. Just more conveyor systems leading everywhere. Scary heights, sketchy catwalks. But there is a bunch of random buttons and knobs and levers. So I'm gonna screw off. That's pretty much it for this place. Hopefully you guys enjoyed having a look around it. I'm going to hit the road and join me on the next one.